Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help you, the entrepreneur, not only make you the best version of yourself, but better for the people you love and you care about most. And today we're talking about memory and how to remember things a little bit better. There's so much information going on today. It is absolutely obnoxious what to focus on, how to remember it better, how to be able to dive in. I think anyone would agree to become an expert, you must have depth. You must have a deeper understanding to be able to apply and stand out from the competition. Everybody's doing everything. There's millions of life coaches out there. How can I stand out to help you become a better version of yourself versus the million other people who are trying to grab your attention every single day on these online platforms? It can be a lot. So to focus on memory and the improvement of memory and what that can do for us. So let's go ahead and go to the board. We're going to make today very short, sweet, and to the point. If you want to improve your memory to help absorb, say, get in the mindset of like, what do I want to learn this week? What can I learn over the holiday season that can be a skill that I can apply? Maybe you're taking a few days off of work. Maybe there's a book you want to read. Maybe there's a certain skill that you want to be looking up on YouTube University. Maybe it's video editing. Maybe it's marketing. Maybe it's just communicating in the right way to sell to your potential clients. Do you have an exact avatar of who your potential client is? Whatever the skill or the focus or the knowledge that we're trying to gain, we want it to cement and not just glaze over and skim, because depth is what helps us stand out. So let's go ahead. We're just going to go over a few things that help with memory, and then we'll quickly talk about why that means anything to you. So today we're talking about memory. And this alone boosts memory 900% in case studies. This was pulled off of one of those How the Mind Works function case studies from the Ivy League schools. So the first and the number one is story format. Story format. So I put this number one because this is the end all be all. Ooh, Instagram, I want to make sure that you can see. Kind of looking at the ground there. Here, we're ready and rocking and rolling. Number one would be story format. Being able to comprehend, read, and anything that we've understood, whether this is religious text that has stood around for thousands and thousands of years, we have come to the understanding, or even as a kid, you have some of the most impactful experiences that you were told were in story format, and that has always been a great way. So think about the next thing that you are learning and you're trying to comprehend is, how can I turn this into a story? How can I relate it to an aspect of my life? Maybe it's a potential part of my past, or anything that can be included in a story. It turns out that memory experts actually turn a lot of the numbers into words, so they're able to comprehend and turn this into a story to help with memory. So story. Thinking of a story that you would want to learn, maybe it's part of your vision, maybe what it is you are learning new, you turn it into a story that matches who you are going to become in the future. So number one, story format. Number two, emotion. Remember, carrying emotion, and when you think of the past experiences that you have had and the emotional state you were in, when you tend to have higher levels of emotion and you tend to care intrinsically about what it is that you are learning, you have a higher chance of remembering it. So bring some emotion, some focus, some excitement. Is this really what you are trying to learn? The more that you are engaged in, the more that you desire to learn it, and the more emotion that you can have with a given experience, it tends to help with memory. And third, so we have story, being able to include it in stories, creating a story format. Maybe it is for your vision. Maybe it is for emotion and just being able to carry more emotion, more interest, more energy into what it is that you are trying to remember. And then third would be meditation. Meditating, to my understanding, meditating helps a lot with memory, simply because you can think of your mind and your conscious you're standing on the side of a road, and then you're just watching a bunch of cars go by, car after car after car, going this way, going that way. Maybe there's, stacked roads and overpasses that are going by. And when you meditate, you're essentially eliminating the amount of cars that are going by. And by eliminating the cars that are going by, it's much easier to pay attention to particular cars. And there's a lot of studies that show just being able to better focus, really helps with our ability to absorb. And our ability to absorb and focus helps engage and direct our emotion in a positive way towards what it is that we are learning. So we can take it, we can put it into a story format, and then we can meditate after we have learned, to give ourselves a true chance to absorb the information that we're taking in. So these are the 3 ways that I have found to help with memory more than anything. And specifically the story format, if anything you're going to take from this show, if you have the ability to tell stories, so say if you learn something, I can't remember who had this quote, but it was along the lines of, if you want to really know and understand something, you need to be able to teach it to other people. And remember that when we are taught in story format, so when you're learning something new, think about how you could take that and you could teach it and you can explain it to someone as young as like a 5th grader. So if you could take what you learn and turn it into a story and be able to explain it to a 5th grader, you're going to have a much deeper level of understanding. It's going to be able to stick around, and it's going to be another tool in your toolbox. Additionally, being in the right emotional state to allow yourself positive emotion to focus. People who are happier can absorb more information versus if it's some negative, like angry experience. And then lastly, take time to meditate. This shit's proven time and time again, clearing your mind, relaxing, putting yourself in a state to where you can absorb and you can be able to filter and turn that into a better piece of information that you can share, conquer, be able to talk with other people. So again, that is how we improve our memory 900%. What it is that you are going to learn today, what it is that you are going to share today, what it is that you can get done today to help with your own memory. What is one thing that we can learn to improve ourselves? Maybe we need to pick a particular skill over the holiday season as we have a little time to ourselves to think, to really understand what it is that we're trying to get done here in 2023. That is it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing hump day. Cheers to you all. Cheers, friends. I'm out of here. I'll be back here again live Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Till next time, friends, I'm out of here. Have a great, amazing, wonderful